Hey guys, my name's Ben, and I did my essay on the topic for number one based on the article for titled Adapting to Unfamiliar Cultures. In the beginning of my essay, I just started with talking about adaptation itself and what adaptation is as a definition and what our book defined adaptation as. Um, and then I ended that section with saying without adaptation, intercultural communication cannot actually exist. Um, then moving on, I went to what affects adaptation itself. Some things that came to mind for me were maybe whether it's long or short term adaptation that you're talking about, whether or language barriers, things like that for other countries and cultures. Um, then next in my essay, I discussed whether adaptation itself is a problem or a process. I know a lot of times maybe adaptation could be um, defined as a problem to some people. However, I think it's more of a process because over time, those are new things that you learn about new cultures and the world around you, making you see the world as a different place. Um, then I went on to discuss culture shock and adaptation itself again. Um, our book defines culture shock as an experience a person would have when one moves to a culture or environment which is different from the one that they are used to. Um, this to me seems like something that would just go immediately along with adaptation because obviously you would have to adapt to that new culture that you're going to be involved in. Then I gave the example that, like, even for being from Tennessee myself, I'm from East Tennessee originally, but living in Middle Tennessee is a completely different culture, honestly, than Northeast Tennessee, or if you went to California, it would be different than living here in Middle Tennessee. Um, then I continued my essay talking about assimilation and how that affects adaptation as well, which is defined as the process of transmitting a host culture's values, ideas, and beliefs to someone outside of that culture. To me, this seems a lot like something that you would experience with culture shock and adaptation itself, because again, it's just things that all go together when talking about moving to a new culture or a new country. Then I discussed the differences between the long and short term adaptation and how those affect people or how they would affect the adaptation process itself, dependent on time. And then I did a conclusion with my article just discussing, or not my article, I'm sorry, a conclusion with my essay discussing basically everything that I had just went over and what all of that meant. Thanks.